Lick 26 is called Serenity, and I've called it that because you really need to lay back on these licks sometimes, okay? So let them drift, let the music work, don't push it so much, okay? So the major 6 that starts this lick is really, really cool. But again, try and let these notes flow over this progression. Don't overplay. Sometimes it's nice to just lay back on the beat a little bit. Anyway, let's jam over this one. We're working over a new progression now, and I'm playing an E, a D with an F sharp bass, and an A with a C sharp bass. But what I'm doing is, to create this lick, I'm thinking about my double stops and how they work over an E7 type chord to begin with. So what I did was I slid into this double stop here, and that's giving me a B and a G sharp. Now the B is the 5th against the chord, and the G sharp is the major 3rd. So I'm outlining the chord with my double stop. And I'm letting that double stop sing over the chord, okay? So I'm letting it hang out a little bit there and just milking those notes. And then what I do is I slide here to a C sharp and an A, and that's actually giving me a major 3rd and a 5th against the D chord, if you want to look at it like that. Back down to our original double stop. Now I'm playing an A with an F sharp bass, okay? I mean F sharp on top, and then I'm sliding into a G sharp and an E again. So we're back down to our chord tones of our E when I get down to here. Here's my G sharp, the major 3rd. Here's E, which is the root note. So here's the lick again, and again, let these notes really sing out over the chords. Be lazy with this. This feels like a kind of lazy lick to me that you just want to hang out and, you know, make work for you. Put a little bit of tremolo on it and sound even better. Okay, now the basics of how I'm picking that as well. I'm picking with my thumb to slide in, using my first finger to hit that top note of the double stop. Same thing again, and then I'm sliding into that G sharp from a G and using my first finger to pluck out those notes. And again, if you want to, the dynamics of this, if you're using your fingers, you can really determine the dynamics of the bass note and the dynamics of the top note, so you can soften it out. Okay, so you can really use the dynamics to make that work. Again, try some different sounds as well, guys. I've just put some tremolo on the sound, and I think on something like this, it sounds really good because it's hanging out over the chords a little bit. Anyway, very cool. Incorporate this into a couple of the next licks that I'm going to show you as well, so you double up on these ideas. Very cool.